15 Best Anime from the 2010s. Anime back in the 2010s showcase how shows can pull viewers into captivating worlds, catch their heartstrings with emotional tales, and amaze the eyes with a feast of amazing fight scenes. As a result, some shows in the 2010s helped dictate the course of anime released today. Thankfully, the wonders of online streaming make it easy for viewers to catch up to some of the best anime of the previous decade. Those who want to look back at shows from the past should make sure to not miss out on some of the most iconic of them all. The decade of 2010 marked some of the most exciting times for anime, debuting some unforgettable gems that some otaku consider as must-watches for any fan. Among these series are original concepts that gained enough traction to spawn their own sequels, spin-offs, or even become ongoing anime altogether. These anime include a battle royale among heroic spirits, the adventures of an investigative unit in a high-tech dystopia, the story of a volleyball team, a Gundam story featuring young mercenaries, and the legend of an unsung hero with a devastatingly powerful fist. 15. Fate, Zero. Fans of the Fate series know there's more to the Holy Grail War than a battle royale for a simple wish. During its release in 2007, the Fate, Zero light novel series finally expanded upon the tragic past of Amiya Kiritsugu, the idolized father figure of Fate, Stay Night protagonist Amiya Shiro, and his larger involvement in the Fuyuki Holy Grail War. Penned by Gen Urabuchi, Fate, Zero boasts a much grimmer tone than the modern dark fantasy of the original Fate, Stay Night game. However, what perhaps makes Fate, Zero such a standout series was Ufotable's take on stellar graphics and animation that did well to complement its already impressive narrative. Seeing the origins of the likes of Aratoria Pendragon and Gilgamesh, as well as the deeper politicking involved in the Holy Grail War, makes Fate, Zero quite a delightfully dark tale to rewatch. 14. Psycho Pass. Boasting 3 seasons and a larger media franchise, Psycho Pass had its humble origins in the form of a 2012 anime. Taking place in the near future, Japan enjoys relative peace through the governance of the Stable system, with their emotions regularly assessed. Psycho Pass shares the tale of novice officer Akane Tsunemori and her membership within the Criminal Investigation Division, the office responsible for dealing with citizens who develop a propensity for violence under the belt of the Stable system. Again written by the stellar mind of Gen Urabuchi, Psycho Pass starts as a crime thriller set in a cyberpunk dystopia. Taking cues from Ghost in the Shell, Psycho Pass eventually branches out to reveal a much larger conspiracy involving the Stable system that can break the peace in Japan as they know it. 13. Coup. Coming from a manga that lasted for 8 years, Coup boasts the prestige of being one of the best sports anime of the decade, if not, of all time. The anime showcases the growth of Hinata Sho as he becomes obsessed with volleyball. The series shows his adventures as a member of the Kiraisno High School Volleyball Club and his growth both as a player and a person at large. With an anime spanning 4 seasons with 4 OVAs, Coup remains an experience to behold, especially for fans that essentially grew up with Hinata throughout the course of the anime. Its splendid take on fluid volleyball matches and delightful story arcs make Coup worth a rewatch. 12. Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron-Blooded Orphans. Once only known as Project G Teketsu, Iron Blood of G, Iron-Blooded Orphans serves as one of the most iconic standalone Gundam series to grace the franchise. Setting the new post-disaster era, Iron-Blooded Orphans follows the adventures of childhood friends Mikazuki August and Orga Itsuka, both young men serving in a private security company. When their revolt results in stumbling upon a rare mobile suit called Gundam Barbados, the pair and their friends soon enter a conflict that spirals out of control. Unlike other Gundam anime, Iron-Blooded Orphans is rather more straightforward and down-to-earth. There's no grandiose larger plot at hand, and Gundams are much rarer to spot compared to other series. Fans who want a new take on the Gundam experience away from typical large-scale wars will appreciate the more serious but equally appealing atmosphere in Iron-Blooded Orphans. 11. One Punch Man. Albeit with an ongoing manga, One Punch Man did receive a short stint for an anime adaptation, and it's been quite the hilarious adventure to behold. The anime loosely follows the plot of the first part of the manga, where Saitama of City Z is arguably the strongest superhero in the world but is equally collectively ignored by the masses. At its core, Saitama has comically trained himself to the point where most threats, even extra-powerful aliens, get decimated with a single one of his punches. And while he's effectively OP, Saitama and One Punch Man still manage to provide audiences with quite the pleasant experience. Anime fans who want a series that parodies most superhero trends will love the approach of One Punch Man. 10. Puella Magi Madoka Magica. When Madoka Kaname stumbles upon a supernatural creature, it offers a supernatural contract to endow her with powers to save the world from surreal enemies known as witches. Soon, Madoka gets thrust into a life of a magical girl alongside her other friends. Unfortunately for them, they soon discover that undertaking that supernatural contract has prices for them to pay. Unlike other magical girl stories, Puella Magi Madoka Magica subverts the entire genre and creates an incredible viewing experience that will not be forgotten. 9. Steins Gate. Perhaps one of the genre definers of time travel anime, Steins Gate easily fits the bill as one of 2010's unforgettable anime. In it, self-proclaimed mad scientist Huu Kyoma, real name Okabe Rintro, accidentally discovers a way to send messages back in time. However, his simple experiments slowly change his present and affect the lives of his closest friends. Based on a popular visual novel, Steins Gate gives sci-fi fans a compelling take of the time travel concept. Moreover, the anime tugs into the heartstrings of conspiracy fans with a ton of callbacks to popular concepts. These include tropes connected to secret organizations, mysterious internet phenomena, and the harsh consequences of toying with time. 8. Carol and Tuesday. Music has a unique ability to bring people together, and nothing demonstrates this better than Carol and Tuesday. In this sci-fi music story, runaway Mars resident Tuesday Simmons stumbles upon Earthling refugee Carol Stanley and the two instantly bond over their mutual love of music. Whereas Carol likes playing the piano, Tuesday wants to become a guitarist. Together, the two decide to form the singer-songwriter duo, aptly named Carol and Tuesday. Despite its rather chill story set in terraformed Mars, Carol and Tuesday boasts quite a memorable cast, unique tales, and a rather amazing soundtrack. People who want an inspirational pair to look up to can check out Carol and Tuesday to get that energy they need to take on the world's challenges. 7. Megalobox. In celebration of Ashita no Joe's 50th anniversary, the boxing anime Megalobox brings the sport into the far future. Now featuring exoskeletons to aid boxers, Megalobox follows Joe and his journey in the Megalonia tournament to become the world champion. The catch? Joe doesn't use gears when he enters the ring. While a lot might notice its reliance on sports story staples, the anime works as a homage to the acclaimed Ashita no Joe, while still telling a compelling story. 6. Terror and Resonance. What happens when two teenage boys threaten to blow up Tokyo with a prototype atomic bomb? Terror and Resonance is exactly this, with two boys 9 and 12 promising to not detonate the bomb only if someone can solve their cryptic riddle. Apparently, 9 and 12 are survivors of a tragic experiment designed to create human weapons, all with savant syndrome. In turn, the two boys use their extraordinary gifts to expose the secret experiment and the organization behind it. Despite its short 11-episode run, Terror and Resonance earned praise on two fronts. First, its thriller plot definitely strikes an immediate interest. Second, its approach to aesthetics and its look into modern society as a whole makes it an interesting watch today. 5. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. After seeing demons slaughter his family and transform his sister into a demon, Tanjiro Kamado aspires to become a demon slayer himself. Despite this simple premise, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba rises to become one of the most compelling anime series of the decade. Set in Taisho-era Japan, Demon Slayer chronicles Tanjiro's training as a demon slayer while finding a cure for his sister, Nezuko. However, things aren't always as they seem. Demons are always on the prowl, and Tanjiro needs to use breathing styles, special combat techniques, to prevent them from causing more harm to the populace. Anyone who wants a series like Devil May Cry set in historic Japan will appreciate Demon Slayer. 4. Food Wars, Shoujuki no Soma. No one can deny good food, especially if it comes with over-the-top anime reactions. In Food Wars, delectable food once again becomes the highlight of a series. Set in Tokyo's Tatsuki Seiryo Culinary Institute, Soma Yukihara enrolls in the school in the hopes of surpassing his father's culinary skills. On his journey, there are various trials and tribulations as well as other rivals that constantly test his cooking skills. Fans of food-related anime will appreciate Shoujuki no Soma's modern take on the cooking genre. This is especially the case given the modernized storyline and captivating graphics. Anyone who watches Food Wars might have an irresistible craving for omelets right after. 3. Anohana, the flower we saw that day. Sometimes, it can only take half an entire season to encapsulate the sheer complexities of a coming-of-age story. In Anohana, the flower we saw that day, viewers are immediately introduced to the withdrawn Jinta Yatami. His reclusive life is turned upside down when he starts hallucinating the presence of a young girl, Menma, much to the chagrin of his former friends. Soon, the story reveals that this Menma is the same friend that lost her life in an accident. Since he's the only one who can see her, Jinta decides to help Menma with her desire to discover and fulfill her wish. However, this short adventure eventually becomes a journey through grief, one that Jinta and his friends never got the chance to fully complete. 2. Violet Evergarden. After a tragic war that befell humanity, Violet Evergarden, an auto-memory doll, or a ghostwriter, embarks on a journey to reintegrate into society after serving as a soldier. However, Violet's adventures as a ghostwriter slowly introduce her to people from all walks of life. In this process, she hopes she eventually manages to find her life's true purpose. Despite this rather simple premise, Violet Evergarden immediately captures one's attention due to its compelling narrative. While Violet's interactions with people differ from each tale, they each have a perspective to show and a life to present. This is quite an interesting take on exploring the many views and lives people live. 1. Bakuman. Ever wondered what it took to become a mangaka? In Bakuman, the creative duo of Tsugumi Ohba and Takeshi Obata, the same guys behind Death Note, explores the trials and tribulations of the artist-writer duo Moritaka Mishiro and Akito Takagi in their journey to become a world-famous mangaka. Originally a manga, their entire adventure from junior high to adulthood spanned a thrilling 75-episode anime that's incredibly inspirational. What's perhaps compelling about Bakuman is its sheer ability to inspire and motivate audiences to pursue their dreams. From joining competitions, fighting editors, to struggling against deadlines, the show comes the many trials aspiring mangakas experience. Bakuman is definitely the anime to watch for anyone who wants to pursue a dream. Which did you like? Which would you watch or rewatch? What is your favorite from the 2010s? Let me know in the comments.
Hello. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future content, comment and let me know. I know many are not comfortable with AI art, but I am saving to gather supplies to delve into other art styles. It will take time, but I am hoping to get into resin, woodworking, and metalworking. All I ask, please enjoy my videos.